Good evening and merry meet, and this is Lady Dana. Today I'm going to hear about spirit guides, and these are, well, they're not exactly entities, but I would call them spirits that actually guides us as practitioners in the craft. Most of us, well, technically, well, me, I have several of those. Depends on the situation of what I'm going through. I have guides for protection. I have guides for whenever I'm reading my cards, and whenever I have to give advices. Everything that I do has a spirit guide to watch over me, but there's one prominent spirit uh, guide that I have all the time that's watching over me. Prominent spirit uh, guide that I have all the time that's watching over me, and that is something I don't dare discuss in general public, as obviously. And with each and every one of us, uh, even if we're not practitioners, technically we have guides. Okay, spirit guides are different from animal guides. The animal guides, these are your what do you call this? These are your spirit guides also that are technically your other half. You have the same strengths, almost the same weaknesses. The difference is that your personal attributes is the same as that of your animal guides. So technically, you breathe the same air. Some practitioners can actually do shapeshift to their animal form, and they took the the form of their animal guides. Anyway, spirit guides. With spirit guides, with regards to reading, whenever I'm doing a reading, there are some spirits who could actually move in and take over to what you're saying. Sometimes you're trying to explain to your current about certain things about what's going on with their lives, and then it turns out it's not even you who's talking anymore. It's the guide that's talking already. That's why sometimes most of us, including me, every time I read cards, I can actually keep um, I can actually keep whatever it is uh, that you have as a secret because, well, technically it's because of that. I cannot remember anything. It's because I kept myself into this manner that I can't even what do you call this? I kept myself into this idea that no secrets will ever come out of my table after reading, which enables a psychic to be more. How do you say that? One of the main reasons why some people keeps coming back on the same person, keeps coming back on the same psychic, it's because you know how to keep their secrets, and that's the important part. You can keep their secrets. What the current doesn't know is that it's not that we're keeping their secrets. It's because we don't know what happened, right? Because it was somebody else who's talking. It's not even us. So how can we say something that we don't even know, right? That's the beauty of it. That's a good part about being who we are. The reason we can keep a secret it's because we don't know what really happened. We don't we don't know what you have talked about with uh your who's this your current doesn't even know who is she talking to sometimes. With me, I told myself after I placed my cards or hid my cards already, it means everything that we have talked about is already taken away. So that's that's the beauty of having a spirit guide. You became more dependent, or they your current keeps coming back to you because they become not exactly dependent, but believes in you because no one will ever find out whatever it is that you've talked about. Technically, they're not really talking to you. They're talking to your guides. So, who do you think your guides will be talking to besides you? Right? You technically your guides doesn't even hang out with anybody else but you. So, whatever secrets that you've talked about with your client stays with you and your client. Well, stays with your guide and your client. That's the fact there. Now, with regards to feeding them, okay, feeding your spirit guides is a little different. You actually eat a lot. Whatever it is that your guides like to eat, you will end up eating it. You end up liking it, even if you don't like it. Does look what happened to me? Well, my guides come in different sizes, and so with each and every one of you. Pardon me. Well, anyway, past few days I've been sick, so I haven't able to do anything here on YouTube. But now I'm a little better now, so to speak. Anyway, so when you feed your spirit guides, technically you're not just feeding yourself. You're feeding several hundreds of you, or at least five. Whoever it is that's with you stays with you, unless you give their names. And how they look like to several people. There are chances that people can actually steal them away from you. And you don't want that. I doubt it if you would want that. So I will be hanging out here. If there's anybody out there who wants to ask questions, I'll be here. Sorry about that. I need to rehydrate. Okay. Apart from that, there is also what you would call the astral plane, which is where most of our guide stays. Well, all the time, because technically that's where they live. The astral plane is technically where they are, where they belong, because that's the only way that you could see them. On my next video, I'm going to discuss to you about spirits, as in ghosts, and you know those things that hangs around without touching anything, can't even touch you, and the difference, and how can you tell if, or how can you say that why are spirits floating? It was a weird thought, that there are people who actually ask me, how come you see them glide? How come you see them float? They're not gliding, they're not floating. But I will explain that on the next video that I am going to put up in here, and it will also be a part of Wicca 101. For a good reason. I'm not actually planning to teach paranormal activities or paranormal studies, but yeah, some people are actually asking too many questions already, so might as well do something about it, right? Anyway, if there are any questions, is in any questions at all that you have with regards to your guides, you can message me in my page in Facebook, uh, the Lady Dana on Facebook. That's my page. You can send me a message there, or you can type on comments here, and I will get back to you as soon as I could. Also, you can reach me on Twitter. The name there is Lady Dana underscore T, and you can also find me in IG. That's D dot Lady Dana. And don't forget to subscribe on my YouTube channel because you will learn a lot from here. Because most of my lectures are here, and most of my philosophical discussions are in Facebook. So that's where you can find me. You can also join my groups, Dream Interpretations by Lady Dana, also on Facebook. Please send. I don't know if you can send a message if you're not a part of my group yet, but I know I will get notifications because it's a closed group. That way, nobody can just barge in and say evil words about your dreams and stuff like that. Anyway, um, I gave you all three. I will be posting my links down below, and you can visit me on my website also. That's ladylalulacharms.blogspot.com, and you can get the other links from there. On my everywhere you can find me, it's all there. So don't forget, visit my page. Don't forget to subscribe on my YouTube channel because you will learn a lot from here. I guarantee you that. So this is Lady Dana, and thank you very much for joining me tonight. Merry part and blessed be.